What's up, guys? This is Blue Balloon 7 here. I'm going to bring you an X-saber deck profile for the upcoming March 2012 ban list. I would like to make note that I've only been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively since September of 2011. So if you guys think I'm bad, it probably is because I am bad. Although I did go X-3 at a regional on Saturday. So we're going to start off with 3 Bogart Knights. I'm not really going to explain my cards too much. Only thing you need to know about this card is you can't synchro summon for anything except for an X-saber monster. So, 3 Dark Souls. Dark Souls your searcher, pretty much. You know, he's pretty good. You kind of need him for X-sabers.
Gots to have the Dark Soul.
3 Emmer's Blades. I like Emmer's Blades. I like the creature swap with Emmer's Blade. You get a special summon when he's destroyed by battle, so he's good. He's good. 2 Foal Trolls. Foal Troll, he's your main beater. This deck, you know, you have 2 X-sabers on the field. You special summon them out of your hand, bring one back from the grave, and yeah, that's usually how it goes. My 3 tuners. We've got 2 Full Helms and an Airbellum. I like to run the 1 Airbellum because I like ripping cards out of people's hands when I attack directly. I mean, if you guys don't like that, then just take a look at windups, and that's pretty much the whole reason they're successful. Full Helm, he's good for defense. He's got the 1 negate, and also if he destroys a defense position monster, you get to special summon an X-saber from the grave. So, yeah, I'm not running any Pashules because my deck's a little too aggressive. But got Sangin. I mean, he searches pretty much 50% of my deck, so there's no real reason not to run him.
Almost like a staple.
Neospace and Grand Mole. I like to run Grand Mole main deck because you know, he can bounce, succeeds, and synchros. You know, if they got Lagi on the field, they pretty much have to detach when you normal summon Grand Mole, because you know you're going to bounce Lagia. So just be careful with Dolka, because Dolka can negate his effect. The 1 Gores, he's a staple. You know, everyone knows why you use Gores. 2 Giant Rats. I run 2 Giant Rats basically to give me 2 more Emmer's Blades. It also gives me 2 more level 4s that I can exceed or synchro with, and they're pretty much non-specific. I can go into Black Rose and things like that. I also main deck 2 Thunder Kings because I just the first turn Thunder King play to me is just the best that I've ever seen. Because I haven't seen much, so. As far as the spell cards go, we're going to start off with 2 enemy controllers. I like to use the 2 enemy controllers to tribute my Dark Souls. Also changing to defense for Full Helm Knight's second effect is good. 2 Pot of Dualities because it makes my 42 card deck into a 40 card deck. Just be careful with this because you can't special summon the same turn, so you don't want to use Pot of Duality the same turn you plan on going off. The 2 creature swaps, because I like to creature swap my Giant Rats and my Emmer's Blades, and then attack over them and get the special summon. I run 2 MSTs. You know, in this format there's going to be 2 Torrentials, there's also Fiendish Chain running around, stuff like that. So having the back row destruction that's not going to trigger the Starlight Road is pretty good to me. I still run my 1 Heavy, my Dark Hole, and my Monster Reborn. These are all pretty much staples. And I run the 1 Mind Control. I like to just take their monster, you know, synchro with it, overlay, whatever I gotta do to give myself an advantage. On to the traps. We got the 2 D Prisons. I don't know, I like D Prisons, I like banishing monsters, you know, it's just kind of like a defense type deal. I'm pretty sure everyone runs D Prisons. Maybe not everyone, but
it's a side deck choice.
The 2 Saber Holes. I prefer the Saber Holes over the Solemn Warnings because you don't have to pay the 2,000 life points. The only drawback to Saber Hole is having the 1 X-saber on the field, but I think that's a pretty fair trade-off. 2 Torrentials. You know, I like running 2 torrentials over 1 torrential, 1 mirror force, just because I think torrential's better.
You can still get Dark Soul searches with torrential.
Agreed. 2 compulses. This is also good for exceed monsters like Utopia, Zenmains, you know, even Dolka. Lagia, it kind of makes them negate 1 with Lagia, or well, negate. Use their only negate with Lagia, but you know, no one really wants to negate a compulse, but they have to because they have no choice. With their Lagia. Starlight Road. With 2 torrentials, Dark Hole, and Heavy Storm running around, I feel like this card is going to be gaining a lot more popularity. Plus, you get a free Stardust Dragon, so okay.
That's a second negate.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want that?
On to the extra deck. We're going to start off with the Black Rose Dragon, and as soon as I can find it, we're going to go ahead and cover the other level 7 I have, as in Landois. I run 2 level 7s. You gotta be kind of careful with Black Rose because of Starlight Road. But Landois here, I can, you know, pitch my dead spell cards to negate effects. So, you know, that's pretty good if you ask me. Also, since I'm running so many level 4s that aren't Bogart Knight, they're kind of easy to go into. We got the 1 Iron Chain Dragon. He's a staple for me. The mill effect is great. They could mill a Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, things of that nature. Mistworm. You know, Mistworm is basically the substitute for Trish, now that Trish is gone. Although not many decks are synchroing for level 9s these days. So, but I'm still going to run it just in case I need to get 2 or 3 cards out of my way and attack directly or something like that.
Gets around Starlight Road. It's
it
better
does
than
indeed.
nothing.
The 2 Hunlais. The only thing I need to say about these Hunlais is you can destroy up to 3 back row, but you still want to be careful because if they hit you with Starlight Road, not only do you lose your Hunlai, but they gain a Stardust Dragon and keep all of their back row on the field. So, you know, they're pretty much going to be used as MSTs until after Starlight Road has been used. So, X-saber Souza. He's my level 7. He's better than Urbellum, and he's actually a monster I can go into with Bogart Knight, so, you know, I put him in. He could become a Cataster and be immune to traps if you tribute an X-saber monster. Yeah, the X-saber Gotham's. He's like the big boy for this deck. You know, 30-100 attack. Also, you tribute X-saber monsters to rip cards out of your hand, and like I said earlier, that's great. See windups. The only justifiable reason for me to play Stardust Dragon is the Starlight Road right now. But you know, you still gotta have him. Plus, he gives you another negate. So, Brionic. Brionic's easy for me to go into. He's a level 6. I can also pitch cards to bounce, you know, attack for game and whatnot. This card won me at least 2 matches in the regionals on Saturday. I run 2 Leviathan Dragons because I run a lot of level 3s, and he's just really easy to bring out for me, and who doesn't like having the 2500 attack? 2 Utopias, because I do run so many level 4s, plus Bogart Knight. You can overlay with another level 4 and bring out Utopia, so he kind of has no restrictions when it comes to exceeding. But yeah, that would be my 14 card extra deck. The only other card I'm planning on adding to it is the Leviair, so I just don't have one yet. So as far as the side deck goes, we're going to start with Crevice from a different dimension. I like to use this against Dark World. Even like Insectors, you know, stuff like that. You declare an attribute, take 2 monsters out the grave, and remove them from play. Chain Disappearance. This is another one I favor against windups. You know, when they special summon the rat, you just flip Chain Disappearance and get rid of all of their rats. Forces them to go Leviair to bring one back. So, kind of stops the whole hand loop thing if you can get it first turn and set it. Or whenever they decided to go for the loop. I side deck a Book of Moon. I had to take him out of the main deck for Starlight Road, but he's a good choice. You know, you put Utopia and stuff face down.
I fault YouTube.
Yeah, Red Baron dropped his phone. We got Effect Veiler here. I want to side deck 2 Effect Veilers, but I only have 1, and they've got a reprint coming out in a couple months, so I'm just going to wait on it. I side the 1 Full Helm Knight in case I'm playing Dark World. That way I can take out my Airbellum, because, you know, you don't want to pitch cards out their hand, you know, if you're playing Dark World. 2 Bottomless. This is really, for me, for rescue rabbits. You know, they tribute the rabbit, bring out their 2 normal monsters. You flip Bottomless, they're removed from play, and can't get them back. So, side deck 2 Smashings. During the regional, I pretty much sided this in against everyone. Smashing gets around Starlight Road, and there's nothing better than destroying a monster, you know, for free, pretty much, just 1 for 1. 2 Goes in matches. This is my favorite card to play against windups, because all of their monsters are different attributes. So, you know, I run mainly Earth monsters in my deck. So, you know, say they go Zen mains, pitch 1 for Rat, you flip Goes in match, and then they've got to choose what they want to keep on the field. Or I guess it's not Zen mains, whatever their little special summon areas. But they got to choose which one's on the field. And they can't even bring Hunter out at that point, because Hunter's a different attribute from both of them. So, you know, it wins games. It actually won me a game in the regionals. Red Baron actually watched that one. So, the 2 Cyber Dragons. Cyber Dragon gets over Thunder King. You know, he's also going to be good when I get a Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. If I play like machines, like Materias. And I play some random stuff at locals too, so.
Ancient Gear Golem with that ass.
2 Fossil Dynas. I like Fossil Dynas because it stops special summoning. At least, you know, if you set it, you know, and say they go off with their special summoning loop, they attack into it. Even though they destroy it, you flip it up, and all their monsters that they special summoned are gone. So.
And they can't activate Starlight Road during the damage steps.
Exactly. So, basically, he's a boss. Well, I'm Blue Balloon 7, and that was my X-saber deck profile for March 2012. See you guys later.